Hello everybody. Normally, this is Garum, but for the purposes of this video, that's Garum today. Alright, what we're doing today is, as you read in the title, is a spoiler-free settlement walkthrough. So, what I did is I have already built a settlement, got it reasonably successful, went back, totally took it apart. Okay? I have pulled down everything I've built here, and I'm going to show you what I did. Hopefully can help some of you out there that may be having a little bit of trouble. Alright, here we go. You can look at the top, the very first section there. I have 12 settlers. So, let's answer a couple generic questions to start us out. How many settlers can you have? Well, that one is slightly more difficult to answer than it rightfully should be. For every workbench you have, you get 10 settlers. You get an additional 1 settler for every point of charisma you have. So, 1 workbench and 7 charisma means you get 17 followers. The next category over is food. You see there it is red, 0, my people are starving. So, we're going to jump over to resources and food. And just kind of, it doesn't really matter where you plant it. They don't need to be near water, nothing like that. So, we're just going to kind of get them relatively close to one another. Now, notice I've put down more than 2 things to eat, right? But up there it only says 2 food. Well, it takes more than just putting this down to get it counted towards your food tally. You also have to assign people to take care of the food. How do you get people to tend to your crops? Well, that one's pretty easy. What we're going to do is we're going to look at this guy, and then there at the bottom you see command. We're going to hit that, look at some food, assign. This resource is now assigned. This guy will now tend up to a total of 6 crops. That is relatively close to the one I assigned him to. So, let's look at this guy and tell him to take care of my melons. Next over is water. Now, if you have water on your land, then you can put a water purifier into it. It requires energy, but you get a hell of a lot more water out of it. This is the industrial water purifier. And as far as these go, you don't have to assign anyone to them. I don't have any water on this land, so we're just going to put some water pumps up. Doesn't matter where you put them. There. We've got 5 water pumps, which added up to 15 units of water. Alright, we're going to skip the power for just a second and look at defense. Now, what does that mean? Obviously, the more defensible stuff you have, the safer you are, but it does go a little bit beyond that. What we're going to do is put this guy right there. Defense went up. Defense goes up. Now, the higher that defense is, 1, the easier your place can protect itself, but 2, the higher it is, the less likely raiders are to attack it at all. So, if it's low, you got a double whammy working against you. 1, they're going to attack more frequently, and 2, you are less likely to survive, which means you're going to get numerous notifications of such and such bases under attack again. I tell you guys, you are going to eventually get relatively tired of coming to your guys' rescue. So, spend the resources, get some automated turrets, and call it good. Right there, 75 defense. This place basically just became Fort Knox. It's fine. It's golden. You also can get fairly elaborate by placing a lot of these Tesla arc traps and whatnot. These can be fun, but they're very situational. If you want to use these, set up partitions or barricades so that raiders are more like funneled to them. Alright, next to defense we've got beds. That one is a little bit obvious. You have to put beds inside of a sheltered area. You cannot just stick beds or sleeping bags just around and on the ground. They have to actually have a roof over their head. That is a prerequisite. So, I like to create sleeping quarters. If that guy was out of the way, I would have put another one there. But now every one guy is going to want his own bed. So we didn't quite get enough there. Or you can absolutely go cheaper and just throw some sleeping bags around. Nothing wrong with that. I have never heard them complain, oh no, I don't want a sleeping bag. There you go. Sleep on a big pile of mud or leaves or whatever that is. Alright, we are up to 10 beds. But let's do better than that. Let's keep this going. Because my charisma is 7. And I know what a lot of you are probably thinking about charisma.
Charisma? Whee!
That. But in this game, charisma's actually not a bad idea to have. So, I have one workstation here, 7 charisma. I can have 17 people. I only have 12, but more can come. So, let's make sure they got enough room so that when they get here, they won't immediately get pissed off. Next up, let's set ourselves up a crafting station. Now, to set the crafting stations up, you have to have the local leader perk. The local leader perk is in your charisma tree. See, told you it was important. Right here, pretty far down. The first point allows you to establish supply lines. I'm going to talk about that in a second. The second point, workstations and settlements. So, since we've got it, we're going to throw some crafting stations. Armor workbench? I think so. Chemistry station. Cooking station next to the chemistry station because that makes good sense. Alright, weapons workbench. And we don't have enough stuff to make the power armor station. But I'm kind of setting this place up more as like a settler settlement. I know that sounds redundant. Not like my base. Let's talk about that supply line. What is that? Well, you can walk up to one of these guys and you see right there, supply line. You hit that and they say, okay, who do you want me to send a link to? Say you have built your own base up at the Abernathy farm and you have all of your equipment and all of your resources stored there. Well, you want to set up a supply line from here to there so that workstations will share all of the resources. That's all the stuff that I have from my home base. I don't keep them here, I keep them at my house. But I have a supply line running to my house, so I can use them all here. Also, not a bad idea to set up some stores in your place. I have a weapons store, clothing store, a general store, and an armor store. Despite the way they look, they actually have some pretty decent stuff. But you may notice a little bit dark in here. Alright, let's fix that. Let's run around to the back of the place here so that it's not in anyone's way. Nope, not defense. We're going to go power, generators, and let's build a medium one. Alright. Set up some connectors. So, these will work. Set up some power pylons. So let's go to the generator here and set up the first wire. Now what I did before the video was set up a whole bunch of light bulbs right inside there. And I don't have to connect wires to the light bulbs. The light bulbs just need to be in proximity to something with power. So, this is all we really need. And though we don't have to, we could take it right back to the generator there. So, now let's go look at our place, see what we think. Much more lit. So, maybe more? Well, once you have power, you put any lights anywhere close to power, and it will brighten your day. Also, kind of forgetting something really basic here. We want more people, so let's set up a recruitment radio beacon. Right there. And hooked it to some power. Red means it's off. Green means it's on. You can even go into your Pip-Boy, select your radio, and listen to your own recruitment radio. You don't have to set anything up. It does it automatically. Now, just for giggles, let's say we wanted to put an off switch on this building. Power, connectors, and switch. Nope, won't let us put one there. Can put one right there, right on the side of the generator itself. Alright. Now, turn the switch off, and the lights go off. Turn the switch back on, everything comes up. You can also kill the generator, everything goes off. Now, one of my questions was, when I first started, do I have to actually put like gas or oil into this thing? No. That thing can just run all day long, it don't matter. Let's say you wanted to do pretty much what I've just done, but don't want wires everywhere. Okay, let's try that. Due to the magic of editing, I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. What I do, I took away all the power pylons and all the lines, all the connectors. Now, let's run over here, climb up on the generator. Oh, there we go. There. I'm sure there was probably an easier way. Now, let's go to power connectors and switches. Large power pylon. Let's set one up right there. And right there. Look at our generator. Power there. Power there. Jump off our house and look inside. Everything has power. Nice, clean, There's no wires, no connectors. Now you could take that same idea and run that all the way around a base, or set up a series of smaller generators around the specific buildings you want. I really do hope this helped you all out there. If I glossed over something, want me to explain a little bit more, I would be happy to. Throw it down in the comments. Also, I would like some of you out there to share one of your best Fallout 4 stories so far. Please, no spoilers, but tell us a little bit of your adventure. Alright guys, I really hope you liked this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button. I do several videos a week, so content's always on the way. Thanks guys.